Unreal to the real, lead us from darkness unto light, lead us from death to immortality. Om, peace, peace, peace. Good morning and namaste everybody, and welcome back. I'm glad to see you. We're not scared off. All right. So, I'm audible to everybody. We are going to start today. We are studying Atmabodha, self-knowledge, introductory text on Advaita Vedanta, composed by Adi Shankaracharya more than 1200 years ago. 14th verse. The 14th verse in this book. Those of you who like, you can chant after me. Panchakoshadi yogena, Panchakoshadi yogena, Tattanmaya iva sthitaha, Tattanmaya iva sthitaha, Shuddhatma nilavastradi, Shuddhatma nilavastradi, Yogena sphatiko yatha, Yogena sphatiko yatha. On account of the union with the 5 sheets, the pure Atman appears to be like them, as is the case with a crystal, which appears to be endowed with such colors as blue or red when in contact with a blue or red cloth. We don't have a crystal here, but we do have this little cup which I'm putting to good use. So look, this cup, which is actually colorless, we know that it is. It's transparent, colorless. But the moment I put this orange cloth behind it, it looks orange. Does it look orange from your side? Oh yes, very orange. It looks orange. Oh, 1 second. And if I put a blue cloth, over it, it would have looked blue. So that's what it says. That though the cup is not orange or blue, it appears to be orange or blue. Why? Because of the presence of upadhi. Here is an upadhi. Remember the concept of upadhi which we were introduced to yesterday? Something which comes proximally close to something else and appears to transfer its qualities to something else. See? It appears to transfer its quality. What's the quality of this orange cloth? Orange color. It appears to transfer its orange color to the cup. The cup looks orange not because it has become orange. It just is experienced as orange because of the proximity of this orange cloth. Similarly, the Atman, you, the awareness, you seem to be affected by the qualities of the upadhis. What are the upadhis? We were introduced to the upadhis yesterday. The 3 upadhis which we have: the physical body, the subtle body, and the causal body. The physical body, with its gender and race and height and weight and color and so on and so forth, the size and shape, all of these seem to be in us, in me, the conscious subject. I am conscious, and in me the consciousness appears this body, but it appears to transfer its qualities onto me. So instead of saying the body is brown and Indian and male, I say I am brown and Indian and male. The body is skinny or obese, I am skinny or obese. It's like the cup saying, I am orange. You're not orange. It just looks orange because of the presence of the orange cloth. Because of the upadhi, the physical body, its attributes seem to be transferred. We feel as if I am that. Then this another upadhi is the subtle body. What is the subtle body? Thoughts, feelings, emotions, ideas, memories, desires, sense of ego, intellect, the sense of understanding, I get it or I don't get it. And that is transferred unto me, the consciousness, me, the awareness. In me, in I, the awareness, appears the subtle body. And in the subtle body arises a vritti. Remember the vritti concept, a change. A vritti, a wave of, say, misery or unhappiness. I am miserable. It's just like the cup saying, I am orange. You should say, no, you are not orange, you just look orange. But in the same way, we feel, I am miserable. Memory, I remember such and such thing, or I don't remember. The working of the memory or the failure of the memory, it appears in me, the consciousness, and I identify with it and say, I, the consciousness, I remember. You don't remember. Like you are not, the water, the cup is not orange like that. Or the intellect, the workings of the intellect. The intellect understands something. I understand these teachings. I am very intelligent. I understand these teachings. But actually it's the proximate presence of a sharp intellect which grasps these ideas. And I in consciousness, I identify with it and say, I get it. Or I don't get it. I am a little slow. I don't get these ideas. That's the intellect again. And it appears so much, tat tanmaya, as if completely identified with it. That's what was happening here. This complete identification with the upadhi. Or the deep sleep. I am in total darkness. I slept happily. I did not know anything. So somebody asked, so in coma or in and under anesthesia or under an epileptic fit or something, we feel there is nothing, there is blank. So is it like the sushupti, the deep sleep? Yes, it is like that. Just an aside, a question. So what is said here? Tat tanmaya iva sthitaha. What remains absorbed or pervaded by the upadhi, the qualities of the upadhis? Shuddhatma. Here the cup. There, this is the example. What is exemplified, what is meant here? Pure consciousness. You. The Atma means self. Shuddhatma, pure consciousness. Self can mean anything. Self means I am the self here, I am here. But what do I mean by that? I mean body and mind and intellect, all this complex together. But here he says Shuddhatma, pure consciousness. It remains as if identified with the attributes of the upadhis, with the attributes of the physical body, with the attributes of the the subtle body, and the attributes of the causal body. Now, one way of analyzing the upadhis is the three bodies. Three bodies. Physical body, subtle body, causal body. We were introduced to these things yesterday. Another way of analyzing the same upadhis is the 5 sheets, panchakosha. 5 sheets, panchakosha. Same thing. The 3 bodies, sthula, sukshma, karana, sharira. Physical body, subtle body, causal body is equivalent to the 5 sheets. What are the 5 sheets? The physical body, physical sheet known as annamaya kosha. Literally, if you translate, it is a modification of food, what we eat and drink, that is converted into this physical body mind. I mean, especially the body. Then there is the pranamaya kosha, the vital sheath, the physiological functions, life forces within us. Most obvious part of it is the breathing. Breathing itself is not prana. I mean, it is the effect of prana. This breathing in, breathing out. So when we do pranayama in yoga, we control the breath, but it's not just controlling the breathing, it's controlling the entire prana in the body-mind system with the help of that breath. Anyway, so the prana, the physiological sheath, pranamaya kosha. Then more subtle, more inward to this, more inward to the physiological sheath is the mental sheath. Thoughts, emotions, memories, manomaya kosha, the mental sheath. Right now, thoughts and feelings are there, there's the manomaya kosha. And more inward to that, more subtle than that, is the intellect sheath, vijnanamaya kosha. The understanding, the capacity to understand, which we are using right now. And even more inward to that is the anandamaya kosha, the causal sheath, which we experience which is most obvious in deep sleep. So the 5 sheaths: annamaya, the food sheath. Food sheath means physical sheath, modification of food, product of food. Vital sheath, pranamaya. The mental sheath, manomaya. The intellect sheath, vijnanamaya. Why sheath? SHEATH? Because like a sheath, it covers, or it appears to cover the Atman. So sheath. And then beyond, or even subtler than the intellect sheath, is the causal sheath, into which everything is resolved in deep sleep. So 5. Anandamaya. Annamaya, pranamaya, manomaya, vijnanamaya, anandamaya. How do you map it to the 3 bodies? The stula sharira, sukshma sharira, karana sharira. How do we map it? The annamaya and the stula sharira are the same thing. The physical body and the sheath made of food, they're the same thing. This physical body here. It's very helpful to actually track it in our experience. So physical body, this one, which you all experience, which the doctor examines, is outside, inside. So when I say the sheaths or the subtle bodies inside, don't think of it as physically inside. Because if you go physically inside this body, what will you find? More body. And the less glamorous parts of the body. the gooey, icky stuff, sticky stuff, the wet stuff, all inside. So that's body. That's all of it is the physical sheath. But pervading this physical sheath is the prana. So the pranamaya, manomaya, vijnanamaya. Pranamaya, manomaya, vijnanamaya. All 3 sheaths are what are together known as sukshma sharira, subtle body. Even further, more fine-grained analysis if you want to do. The pranamaya, manomaya, vijnanamaya. So in one word, subtle body, or the sukshma sharira, one term. Further division, pranamaya, manomaya, vijnanamaya. The vital sheath, the mental sheath, the intellect sheath. Even further, more careful division, if you look into it, what will you find? You will find the 5 pranas, pancha prana, prana, apana, I'm not going to give the English translations, I mean, it doesn't make sense anyway. Prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana, the 5 pranas. Then you will find the 5 sense organs. Be careful. When we say pranamaya kosha, the 5 sense organs are not the physical sense organ. They are part of the physical body. The nose, the eyes, they are all part of the physical body, of the annamaya. These are the powers of the senses, the capacities. They are part of the subtle body. So the 5 sense organs, the abilities, the powers of seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching. Then the 5 motor organs, the powers of locomotion, grasping and manipulating hands, the power of speech, the power of evacuation, and the power of reproduction, the 5 motor organs. And then the 4 components of the inner instrument or antakarana: mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankara. Mind, intellect, memory, ego. Mind, intellect, memory, ego. Mano, buddhi, chitta, ahankara. How many now? 19. Somebody is counting, keeping track. 19. So 5 pranas, 5 sense organs, 5 motor organs, and the 4 components of the inner instrument, antakarana. So 19 components altogether, subtle body. Or you can have the pranamaya, vijnanamaya, manomaya, vijnanamaya kosha, 3 sheets. Subtle body, 1/3. 3 sheets, pranamaya, manomaya, vijnanamaya, 3 terms. Or the components, 19, a list of 19, whatever. In whichever way you want to divide, all of it is basically the subtle body. And remember, none of it is theoretical. It's all practical right now, it's all real right now. Just take a look, you will find the memory, you will find emotions and thoughts, you will find the sense of ego, you will find the intellect, you will feel the working of the prana in the body. Hunger, thirst, digestion, all of it is prana. Breathing, circulation, all of it is prana. So all of these are just descriptions pointing out the presence of the upadhi. You see, here it is, the cup, and suddenly it looks orange. Now I am pointing out the upadhi, orange cloth with the characteristic of orange, and that's why the cup looks orange. Similarly, we are pointing out subtle body with the characteristics of thinking, feeling, willing, understanding, and that's why you feel I am miserable, I am happy, I want something, I hate something, I understand it, I remember that, I feel I. All of these are due to upadhis. Tat tanmaya iva sthitaha. But here the important, crucial, operative word is iva, as if. The cup exists as if orange. You exist as if a body, mind, intellect and all of that. As if. No, you are not. You are awareness itself. So, see how smoothly and quickly he changed from the 3 bodies, physical, subtle and causal bodies. Here he says pancha kosha. So 5 koshas. What's going on here? Look at the example. So Atmabodha is full of examples, and here the example is this crystal and blue cloth. Neela vastradi yogena. Blue cloth, red cloth, whatever you bring. Here you've got flowers. So let me use the flowers. Red flower, it looks red. You can see. And then I bring a yellow flower next to it. And the same thing now looks yellow. Is it really yellow? The water? No. Does it look yellow? Yes. And sometimes it looks red? Yes. Is it really red? No. When it looked red, it was not red. When it looked yellow, it was not yellow. When you feel happy, you the consciousness are not happy. When you feel miserable, you the consciousness are not miserable. These are the appearances, these are waves, vrittis in the mind, in the lake of the mind, and they appear in you and you feel, I am that. What Vedanta will ask you to do is, even when the cup is looking yellow, the water is looking yellow, understand, separate the yellowness from the water. understand that the water has no color at all. It just looks like that. What Vedanta will ask you to do is, even when the wave of misery is there in the mind, understand that you, the consciousness, are not miserable. You were not miserable earlier. You are not miserable now. It is an appearance of a mental wave in you, the consciousness. You are illumining it, but you are not colored by it. Even while misery appears in the mind, you, the consciousness, are free of misery. Yes. So this is what is going to be done. Fifteenth verse. So from verse number 15 we'll start what is called Atma Anatma Viveka. Atma Anatma Viveka. The discernment between Atma, the self, and the not self. The discernment between you and your upadhis. And more specifically, more dangerous than the upadhi is the quality of the upadhi, the attribute of the upadhi. See, the flower need not enter the cup. The flower need not enter the cup. Flower is really not doing anything to the cup. But the yellow color is the problem. The water looks yellow. So similarly, mind and intellect and all fine. Let the intellect do its work, understanding things. Let the mind do its work, feeling, remembering, thinking about, pondering over things. Let the sense organs do their work. Walk, talk, eat, see, hear, smell, taste, touch. Let it all go on. But the distinction between you, the consciousness, and the upadhis and their activities and the attributes, that must be clear. That's all that Vedanta wants you to do. Vedanta wants you to see that while the water looks yellow, it's not yellow. It's free of the yellow color, even though it looks yellow. While you are walking, talking, thinking, reading, sitting, you are not sitting, walking, talking, reading, thinking. While you are feeling miserable, upset, annoyed, you are not miserable, upset, annoyed. While the body is aging, aging is going on, disease is coming, COVID is coming, you at no point, in the midst of COVID illness also, you are not ill at all. It appears like that. Where does the illness belong? In the Annamaya and the Pranamaya. Where does the hunger and thirst belong? In the Pranamaya. Where does the obesity or skinniness belong? In the Annamaya. Where does the misery and the frustration belong? In the Manomaya. Where does the confusion and ignorance belong? In the Vijnanamaya. All of it. Put them where they belong. Like I said yesterday, the sadhu said, Jo jahan ki cheez hai, Mahatma ji, usko wahin rehne do. Put things where they belong. Don't misplace them. Even when they look that they are in you. So this is a crucial idea. And now what is going to happen? From the 15th verse onwards, up to I would say the 30th verse, this separation will be done. This separation. What separation? Separation between the upadhi and you, the Atma. Especially the qualities of the upadhi and you, the Atma. The separation between yellow color and the colorless water. When the water appears to be yellow, even then, at that point, the separation. The separation is not physical separation. It has to be understood through reasoning, inquiry, and in our understanding. That clarity should come. Yes. So, number 15. Vapustushadibhi koshai Vapustushadibhi koshai Yuktam yuktya vaghatata Atmanam antaram shuddham Atmanam antaram shuddham vivicyatandulam yatha. Vivicyatandulam yatha. One should, through discrimination, separate the pure and inmost self from the sheets by which it is covered, as one separates a rice kernel from the covering husk by striking it with a pestle. Example. First take up the example. This vapus tushadibhi Koshai yuktam to vapus tushadibhi, he says vivichya tandulam yatha avaghatata. So rice, the grain is covered by the husk. So this tusha is the husk and tandula means rice. The rice is covered by the husk. And what do farmers do? After harvesting the grain, it is pounded with a pestle. It's pounded with the pestle and the husk is removed and the rice grain is separated. Exactly like that, now we are going to start a process of pounding. You're going to be pounded now. The idea is the Atman, consciousness, is covered by not one husk, 5 husks, or 3 bodies, 5 koshas. So it is covered by that. And now you have to be pounded nicely. Pounding will start now. Now in the next session, until you are separated from the 5 koshas, like the grain of rice from the husk. Don't worry, it won't be a painful process. It may be a little intellectually painful, not physically painful. What kind of pestle is going to be used? What kind of pounding is it? Yuktya vaghatata, by reasoning. But remember, by reasoning here does not mean abstract, some kind of philosophical speculation. No, at every point it is experiential. One must not say, alright, I have understood Annamaya, Pranamaya, etc. and I am the Atman covered by these sheets and so I am separate from them, all this theory. Now how to separate or how to know this? No, as we are reading it, so we should be able to note which part of it is theory. When you say Annamaya or Stula Sharira, physical body or food body, is it some kind of weird theory? No, it's referring to this. When you say subtle body, is it some kind of esoteric idea, Sukshma Sharira, subtle body, Manomaya, Vijnanmaya, all these fancy Sanskrit names? No, it's just the mind. What we experience all the time. And awareness, we all feel awareness now. So, as if, not really, but as if the Atman is covered by the 5 sheets and it has to be pounded by the pestle. Nice example, but don't take it too physically. Then the board of education will catch the teacher. So if you say, I'm going to pound the students until they get it. No, we have to inquire. Inquire into experience. What experience? Our experience, present experience of ourselves. See, here is the beauty, the difference between the way of knowledge, way of meditation, way of devotion. The way of devotion will say, forget all this, believe that there is God. Work on faith. And will work, that also will work. But it's a slower and longer way. The way of meditation is faster and more direct. It says that just quieten down. Sit quietly and focus. If you focus and calm down the mind, the power of concentration, the power of focus, the reality about yourself will become manifest. In chitta vritti nirodha, shut down the functioning of the mind, then you will see that you are pure consciousness. What are they saying? This one looks orange to you. That's the problem, isn't it? Yes. In that case, remove the orange cloth and just see it as it is. You will realize. Remove the chitta vritti, the functionings of the body-mind complex. So how do you do that? Ashtanga yoga. Quieten the movement of the body. Sit still. Sit really, really still. And then you can't stop the breath altogether. It's not a bad idea. So you regularize the breath through pranayama. It is deep and rhythmic, so it doesn't create any disturbance. And at one point it will stop. Puraka, Rechaka, Kumbhaka. Kumbhaka means holding the breath. See, one interesting thing, in the deepest concentration, breathing also stops. Have you seen in Discovery Channel and that National Geographic Channel when a cheetah or some tiger is hunting, how still it becomes just before the tremendous burst of action? I bet at that time it stops breathing also. So for a few seconds, that's natural. In deep concentration, but if you stop breathing, you would die. But that's an amazing thing about the body. In samadhi, the deepest absorption, breathing stops, even heartbeat stops, and yet the body doesn't die. How strange. I don't know how we'd explain it physiologically. They checked Sri Ramakrishna. Doctor checked. No pulse, heartbeat, no flickering of the eyelids, even touched the eyeball. That's one thing you cannot control easily. No flickering of the eyelid. So as if again and again the description is given of Sri Ramakrishna in Samadhi. It looks like a picture. Chitrarpita. Like a picture, like a drawing. So in that absolute stillness of body, prana and mind, chitta vritti nirodha, mind to be a lake and the thoughts and feelings and emotions to be the waves in the lake. Imagine a lake without any wave at all, absolutely still and clear, pure, transparent, like a clear glass. The water, the lake still is steady. Then Vivekananda says, you will see through to the bottom of the lake. You will see the Atman. See means within quotes. You will not actually see. It will become obvious. This is what you are. Not a cup full of half full of water, but transparent, awareness, pure consciousness. So that is the way of meditation. But the only problem with that is it's not immediately. How many of us will go into samadhi right now? Can fall asleep if I say, but samadhi, even calming the mind is difficult. Samadhi is far away. Now another way is this one. Let it remain. Let the orange cloth remain. But by our inquiry, can I come to understand that though the water looks orange, it is not orange. It is colorless. Just as we all understand this. Who does not understand? We understand this. It looks orange, but I know it's not orange. It looks red, I know it's not red. It looks blue, I know it's not blue. Similarly, by an inquiry right now, here, now, can I come to an appreciation of my nature as pure consciousness, though mind and body and everything is active. That is the Advaitic path. That's the beauty of the Advaitic path. Okay. So the pounding will start now. Atmanam antaram shuddham. Pure Atman is the innermost self. Innermost to what? The three bodies: physical, subtle, mental, subtle, causal, and the Pancha Kosha, 5 sheets, inner to that. But here a question may arise. Inner to that, you say. But don't you keep saying all pervading, Atman is everywhere? all pervading consciousness. Now you seem to say that it's somewhere in there. Is it in there or is it all pervading? Make up your mind. The answer is given in the 16th verse. Here is an important thing to notice. Sada sarvagatopyatma, sada sarvagatopyatma, na sarvatra vabhasate, na sarvatra vabhasate, buddha veva vabhaseta, buddha veva vabhaseta, swacheshu pratibimbavat, swacheshu pratibimbavat. Okay. Though the all-pervading Atman does not shine in everything, it is manifest only in the buddhi. Actually, it should be though all-pervading, the Atman does not shine in everything. It is manifest only in the buddhi, like a reflection in clear water or in a stainless mirror. Let's take the example first. Always examples are very useful. My face. I want to see a reflection of my face. Wherever I look, my face should be reflected. Here in the hand, can I see my face? No. I look at the tree, can I see my face? No. I look at the sky, can I see my face? No. I look at a wall, can I see my face? No. But next, I look at a mirror. Can I see my face? Yes. Huh? Yes. Why? So the mirror has a certain property of being clear, reflective, which is they are all material things. The wall, the hand, the sky, they are all material things, but they will not reflect your face. The mirror reflects your face. It has a special quality which reflects your face. Similarly, though the Atman is present all the time and everywhere, it's not evident anywhere except right now. Where do you feel the self? Do you feel the self in the table? Do you feel yourself in the table? Do you feel it in the sky or tree? No, you feel it here. More precisely, within the body. More precisely, within the mind. Isn't it true? Right now, where do you feel most precisely your own location or your own presence? My own presence, in my own mind. In my own thoughts, mind, intellect, especially mind. Buddhi guhayam, in the cave of the intellect. Shankaracharya says. But why? It's because the mind has a special quality of manifesting or reflecting consciousness. This is a theory in Advaita Vedanta. So pure consciousness, though present everywhere, technically pure consciousness is not present everywhere. Everywhere is in pure consciousness. In your dream world, it is not as if a world is there and you are there everywhere in that world. Rather, you are the dreamer and the entire world is imagined in you. The space of that world, the time of that world, all the objects of that world are imagined in you in a dream. Similarly, in consciousness, the entire space appears. But anyway, consciousness pervades space. Everywhere there is this one consciousness which you are. But it is specifically manifest in the mind. The mind can reflect consciousness, you can call it reflect, channelize, limit, use. There are different theories. Pratibimbavada, avachedavada, abhasavada, reflection theory, limitation theory. We won't go into that. But the point is, our experience clearly shows I feel conscious in my mind. I feel my existence in my mind, in this mind. So this consciousness which is reflected in the mind is called reflected consciousness. In Sanskrit, Chidabhasa. Pure consciousness is called Chit. Reflected consciousness is called Chidabhasa. Literally, shadow of consciousness. It's like your face reflected in the mirror. My face is there, available to everything, but only the mirror picks it up. My face available to every object here. It should be reflected. It's reflected or picked up only by the mirror. Similarly, consciousness everywhere, reflected or picked up only by the mirror. And I feel my presence, Atman, in the mind, in the inner instrument, mind or intellect, whatever you call it. So what is being answered here? Why do you call it inner self? Because it is evident or experienced directly available in the mind. Although it's everywhere. Now, what it really means is inner in what sense? In the sense of bringing the concept of adhyasa which we learned. In the sense of adhisthana and adhyastha. Adhisthana means the ground of illusion. Adhyastha means the illusion itself. Now, in what sense is the Atman or self inner? It is inner in the sense that the rope is inner to the snake. The desert is inner to the mirage. The seashell is inner to the silver. What is appearance is the outer, the reality is the inner. In that sense inner, not physically inner. Physically, if you go inside, you will find only body. Not even mentally inner. Mentally you go into the mind, you will find more mind, thoughts, feelings, emotions. But the reality of it all is the self, in which appears body, mind and all of that. So, here are the points. Atman is everywhere. It's inner, outer, everywhere. But it is appreciated in inner, in my mind. Why so? Because the mind has this capacity to reflect the Atman, reflect consciousness. So what is available and experienced in the mind is not the Atman itself. So if you say that, oh I see, and I feel conscious right now, my mind feels conscious. Therefore, is that the Atman which I am feeling right now? That's the reflection of the Atman. It's exactly like, it's a clue towards enlightenment actually. It's exactly like when you look at the mirror and I say, oh, so that's my face, right? You will say, not quite. That's a reflection of your face. Where is your face? You go from there to here. That's your face. Now the advantage of the reflected face is it can be seen. The disadvantage of the real face is it can't be seen. Can you see your own face? You say, Swami, look at me, you can see my face. I can see your face, but can you see your own face? Haven't you heard of a selfie? But selfie is a picture of your face. Selfie is a picture of the face. Reflection in the mirror is a reflection of your face. The way you directly, I am seeing the hand, I am seeing the shirt. Can I see my face that way? I can't. I can see the tip of my nose barely. That's all. So there is a story about this, nice story. Have you heard the story of the headless man? Nice story. So there was a devotee of Shiva. He worshipped Shiva with great prayer and meditation, and Shiva did not appear to him, and so he was very unhappy. And in his dream, Shiva appeared to him, and the man said, Lord, I have been worshipping you day in and day out. Why don't I see you? And Shiva said, all right, I will appear to you tomorrow. Look for the headless man. Headless man? All right. Next day he woke up, and throughout that he started looking. Everybody has a head. Where is the headless man? So hour after hour the day went by. Whomever he saw has got the head, until it struck him. to neck I can see, no head. I am the headless man. I am the headless person. I am Shiva, Chidananda Rupa Shivoham. So Shiva pointed out the headless man. And this has been developed into a way for enlightenment. I think Douglas Harding is yes, if you Google it, the headless way. It's a meditation prescribed by Douglas Harding, and he got enlightenment that way. He realized that I am the Atman. It's a trick. It's a way of tricking the mind into seeing that I am the witness consciousness, witness of the mind. I am not the mind. So anyway, you can look at it, Google it up. And there are books about it also, the headless way. Not physically headless, don't try that. So, inner means, the deeper meaning of inner is, it is the adhisthana, the ground of illusion, on which the illusion occurs. Sada sarvagato apyatma. Although the Atman is everywhere, na sarvatra avabhasate. It is not evident everywhere. Where is it evident? Buddho eva avabhasate. In the intellect alone it is manifest as I am this. Alright. Of course, one little addition you can make. Brahman is evident everywhere as what? As existence. Is. But that sense of I am will not be there anywhere. That consciousness is manifest only as reflected consciousness in the buddhi, because of the special nature of the buddhi. Just like face is manifest in the mirror because of the special nature of the mirror. Then 17th verse, important verse. So the pounding has started now. 17th one will be first blows of the pounding. It will, I can guarantee it will separate you from the. See, basically this separation means what? To negate, I will tell you in Sanskrit and negate, then explain. Negate the Atma Buddhi in Panchakosha. Panchakosheshu Atma Buddhi Nishedha. Negation of the self in the five koshas, in the three bodies. The thinking that I am this body, I am this mind, or I am this food sheet, vital sheet, mental sheet, intellect sheet, causal sheet, I am this. This thing has to be negated. That's all. That's the pounding, result of the pounding. 17th verse. Dehendriya mano buddhi, Dehendriya mano buddhi, Prakritibhyo vilakshanam, Prakritibhyo vilakshanam, Tadvritti sakshinam vidyat, Tadvitti sakshinam vidyat, Atmanam rajavatsada, Atmanam rajavatsada. Realize the Atman to be distinct from the body, sense organs, mind, buddhi, and non-differentiated prakriti, but the witness of their functions comparable to a king. Again, take the example first. The king. So the king sits in the court, and in the presence of the king, all work is going on. That's the example. So the king is actually not doing anything, but we say the king is administering the kingdom, the king is winning a great victory over the enemies, and so on and so forth. But actually the king is not doing the fighting or the administration or whatever. Because of the presence of the king, everything is done. Now, in that same way, by your presence, everything is done. The physical body acts, the mental body thinks, and the causal body enables sleep and peace and all of that. All of these activities of the three bodies, Panchakosha, 5 sheets, all are going on in your presence. You are the witness. And witness here does not mean an action. Witness sometimes can mean an action. I am the witness, or I am witnessing a talk. No, it's not an action in that sense. It is just illumination. You are, you shine, and therefore all this is going on. Just like a movie screen on which maybe a lot of action is going on. Cops are chasing robbers, things like that. Now, will you say the screen is chasing the robbers? Or the screen is running away from the cops? No. The screen is, and it enables the appearance of the cops and robbers scene. Right? Similarly, you just are. You are and you shine. And in your shining, you are just light shining. This is called witness. And because of your shining, this activity of body, mind are going on. And remember, if you can just see your present experience in that way, just see that I am and I shine, and in me all of this appears. The activities of my mind, my prana, the body, and everything going on in the world, known and unknown, I am that one light shining. So, Deha, Indriya, Deha, physical body, Indriya, Mano, Buddhi, this is Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, and Prakriti. Prakriti here means Anandamaya, the causal sheet. Or you can just say physical body, subtle body, causal body. Vilakshanam, separate from these three bodies, separate from these five koshas. Vilakshanam. Atmanam, know the self. How do I know the self as separate from all of them? You have to know them, know the Atman as the witness of all of them. So here is introduced the technique of Drigdrishya Viveka. Drigdrishya Viveka. Let me bring in the first verse from the Drigdrishya Viveka. Then we will practice it and take a look. Get a taste of what is mentioned here. The pounding, the pounding is going on. So the Drigdrishya Viveka, the first verse goes like this. Rupam drishyam lochanam drik tadrishyam driktu manasam drishyadhivrittaya sakshi drigeva natu drishyate. Forms are seen, eyes are the seer. Eyes are seen, mind is the seer. Mind is seen, the witness is the seer. The witness is never seen. This is the meaning of the first 4 quarters. Each quarter it goes into deeper and deeper levels of our being. Now when we go into this, we have to remember one important fact. The seer and the seen are different. The flower is seen, the eyes are the seer. And one condition for that to happen is that the eyes must be different from the flower. Different means physically different. The same thing cannot see itself. The eyes cannot see themselves. Again, you might say, you can see your eyes the eyes can see themselves in a selfie or in a mirror. But that's a picture of the eyes. That's a reflection of the eyes. The way the eyes can directly see this flower, the eyes cannot see themselves directly. The seer and the seen must be different. Grammatically, philosophically also, this is a rule. Self-reflexivity is not allowed. The knife cannot cut itself. This is lifting up yourself by a bootstraps. You cannot lift, you can lift everything, but you cannot lift yourself up. Right? A thing cannot operate on itself. The seer cannot see itself. So the seer and the seen are different. Alright, so let's start. At each stage, there will be 4 stages. At each stage, you have to do 3 things. Listen to what I say. Get it. Understand what I say. And check. Is it real? Is it a fact? Or is it just a theory? 3 things. What did he say? Do I get it? Is it real? The initial stages will be very easy. It's just common sense. But these three you have to answer. These three are the simplified forms of Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. If you have heard carefully, you should be able to answer, yes, I have heard what he said. I heard what the text is. I know what the text is. Second, do I get it? Manana means reasoning. If I say I do get it, that means your reasoning is complete. And if you say it's real, it's a fact of life, then it's assimilated, it's true for you, it's real for you now. The Nididhyasana part is complete. So each stage. Stage 1, 4 stages. Stage 1, flower. Rupam, flower. Literally Rupa means color, but we can say form. Lochanam drik. What is the seer? The eyes are the seer. You might say, no, I am the seer through the eyes. Yes, that's correct, but we are going step by step. This is pedagogical, the technique of teaching. So here is the flower. Form, color, eyes are the seer. Now note, eyes are different from the flower. Is it not so? Yes. And some feedback will be useful here. Eyes are different from the flower. Yes. Seer is different from the seen. That's one. Note also that the seen are many. Here is a flower. 1. Here is a cloth. 2. Here is a bottle. 3. So 3 seeds. Flower, cloth, bottle. But in each case, isn't it the same eyes which saw? Are you seeing the flower with the eyes? Yes. Are you seeing the cloth with the eyes? Yes. Are you seeing the bottle with the eyes? Yes. Seer is the same. 1. Seen are many. Drashta, seer is 1. Drishya are many. Second. Third, notice another fact. The seen are continuously changing. There was a flower, then there is a bottle, then there is a hand. The seen are continuously changing. The seer is not changing. So 3 facts. Note 3 facts. Seer and seen are different. 1. Seer is 1. Seen are many. 2. Seer is unchanging. Seen are changing. 3. Noted? So far, have you heard what I said?
Yes.
Do you get it? Yes. You should be like, yeah, I get it. Go move on with it. You are belaboring a very obvious point. And next, is it a fact? These things are just, am I just not repeating a fact? Facts which we are experiencing. There is no theory here at all. Good. This is stage 1. Now we go to stage 2, which becomes immediately more subtle. What we do now is, let go of the flower. Now turn the attention from the flower, turn it to the eyes. Turn what to the eyes? Your attention. Normally when we are experiencing, our attention is on the object of experience for very good reasons. Then only you understand this. But you turn your attention back to the eyes now. Now the eyes become the seen. Open the eyes, close the eyes. You're aware, I am aware of the eyes. Now eyes are the seen. What is the seer? Mind is the seer. Whatever the mind is the seer. Now, the mind and the eyes, are they different or not? Yes. Whatever the mind is, clearly it's different from the eyes. Eyes, I know, these are the eyes, and mind is something internal, more vague, more subtle. So the mind is different from the eyes. And the various things, the eyes or the ear, nose, all of these are different. The seen are many, and the mind is the same, is one. So the seer is one, the seen are many. Not only that, the condition of the eyes is changing. Earlier I could see very well. Now I need glasses to see. So all the condition of the eyes, the ears, the nose, they are all changing. The mind is not changing. You might say, no, mind is changing. But mind is changing into more mind, thoughts into more thoughts. These are changing in various ways. So the seer is relatively unchanging and the seen are changing. Heard it?
Yep.
Yes.
Got it?
Yes.
Fact?
Yes.
Yes. Alright. So far the fact. Next it will become more subtle and more questionable. Third. Drishyadhivrittaya sakshi. Now close the eyes, turn inwards. What do you find? Thoughts, feelings, sensations, memories. All of it I will give one name, mind. These are vrittis of the mind. Dhivritti, vrittis of the intellect or the mind. These are now drishya. Are you able to experience the movements of the mind? Thoughts, feelings, emotions. Are you experiencing thoughts, feelings, emotions? Yes. Something. You might say that, no, I'm not experiencing anything. Well, okay, that's a blank. The mind is still. And you are experiencing the stillness also. So, I am experiencing a series of thoughts, feelings, emotions, sensations. So, I am the seer. And the mind is the seen. And if the seer and the seen must be different, then I, the seer, must be different from the seen, the mind. Thoughts, feelings, emotions, sensations, memories. The thoughts, feelings, emotions, sensations, memories are many, but I am one. The thoughts, feelings, emotions, memories, sensations, they keep changing. But I am unchanging. I, the one unchanging, different seer of the mind. I am being given a name, witness, sakshi. Okay, gently open your eyes. Did you hear what I said?
Yes.
Did you get it?
Yes.
Good. Is it a fact?
Yes.
Now I don't know.
Right. Some will say yes, some will say no, some will say, majority will say, I don't know really, because I have many questions here. Isn't it the mind which is witnessing the mind? Right? Yeah, some will have that question. So there are answers for all of that. But you are the witness of the mind, and all you can say about the witness of the mind is, what's it made of? Well, one thing you can say, it exists. Another thing you can say, it is aware. Otherwise you wouldn't be experiencing anything. It is one. It is unchanging. And it is different from the mind. This witness of the mind, if you try to grasp it, if you try to see it, you will not be able to see it. The fourth stage says, Drigeva natu drishyate. This witness of the mind never becomes an object. Why? Because it is the pure subject. It's not an object. Everything else is an object to it. Activities of the mind are the object to the witness. Activities of the senses are an object to the witness through the mind. Activities of the world, body and the world are an object to the witness through the mind and the senses. But the witness itself is never an object. The famous philosopher David Hume, he was talking about a related concept of the self. He says, when you talk about the self, I look inside and I cannot find this self. All I find is a stream of thoughts, feelings, perceptions, memories. Where's this self? Well, Vedanta says you are looking in the wrong place. Drishyadhivrittaya. The modifications of the mind, like the Hume said, memories, perceptions, thoughts, desires. These are a stream of modifications of the mind. and the knower of them, the illuminer of them, that is the self. It's pure consciousness. It's not an object. You cannot say to Hume that you could not find the self because you're looking in the wrong place. You're looking for it as an object. The 10th man story is there. How many of you have heard the 10th man story? Good, so I won't repeat it. Why did the 10th man not find the 10th man? Because he was counting everybody else except himself. Right? Why was he not counting himself? Because he thought the 10th man would be outside. He found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, no 10th man. Why did he think it would be outside? Because everything he has found till that point is outside, is an object. So he thought naturally the 10th man must be an object. There's nothing else he knows. Similarly, everything that we look for is an object to the real you. The real you is the real subject, which is not object. Drigeva natu drishyate. Just because it is not an object does not mean it does not exist. It certainly exists. And because of its existence, everything else is known. The Upanishad says, Kata Upanishad, Mundaka Upanishad, one of the most important mantras in the Upanishads, Tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam, tasya bhasa sarvam idam vibhati, natatra suryo bhati nachandra natatarakam neme vidyuto bhanti kutoyam agni. There the sun does not illumine, not the moon, not the stars, the lightning cannot illumine that, nor what to speak of this little fire. That shining, everything else shines. By its light, everything here is lit up. You shining, everything else shines. By your light, everything here is lit up. That is the witness consciousness. Okay. Try it once now. I will give a small guided meditation, then we'll stop. Here, with eyes open, look at the flower. Full attention on the flower. And I notice this yellow flower. It is different from the eyes. Like this, many flowers or many objects may be there, and they may keep changing. But the eyes are different from the flower. Eyes are not changing, and the eyes are one organ of vision. The seer is different from the seen. The seer is one, the seen are many. The seer is unchanging, the seen are changing. Close your eyes. Notice your eyes with the mind. The eyes are now the seen, the object. I am aware of the eyes. And I notice that the eye, the mind, the thinking mind, I am different from the eyes. The eyes are different from me. And the mind by itself can not only notice the eyes, but also the skin, the nose, the ears, and all of the senses, and in fact the whole body. The mind is one, and what it experiences or thinks about are many. And what it thinks about or experiences keeps changing. The conditions of the eyes and the rest of the body, it keeps changing from day to day, year to year, and so on. The mind is relatively the same. The seer and seen are different. The seer is one, the seen are many. The seer is unchanging, the seen are changing. I now notice the mind itself. Think a thought very precisely, a simple thought. Let me suggest ABCD. It's a thought, ABCD. Hold on to the thought in the mind. Notice clearly you, whatever you are, the experiencer of that thought, you are not ABCD. You are the knower of that ABCD. You are the illuminer of that ABCD. And the thoughts will keep changing. You, the illuminer of those thoughts, you do not change. And the thoughts are many, many, many. You, the knower or the illuminer of those thoughts, are not many. You are one. The seer and the seen are different. The seer is one, the seen are many. The seer is unchanging and the seen are changing. You, the one different, unchanging seer, your name is Sakshi. You witness the mind like ABCD, and through the mind you witness the senses, and through the senses and the mind you see, hear, smell, taste, touch the world of forms and colors and fragrance and sound and taste and so on. But if you try to grasp yourself, who am I, this witness, you will only find thoughts, feelings, emotions, ideas. You will only find sensations. You will only find forms and sound and smell and taste and touch. You will never find yourself as an object. I am and I shine. By my light, all these mind, senses and world are lit up. I shining, the mind shines. The mind shining, the senses shine. And with the shining mind and senses, I am able to experience the world. By my light, all this is lit up. I shining, all this shines. Gently open your eyes. Tadvritti sakshinam vidyat. Notice, know yourself as the witness of the modifications of the mind, of the senses, of the body. Tadvritti. Vritti means modification, change. Change of what? Of that. Of that means what was said earlier. Deha, body. Indriya, five senses. Mano, mind. Buddhi, intellect. And Prakriti, deep sleep also. There are also changes going on. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas are continuously dynamic there. You are the one witness of all of them. Try the avastatraya viveka, vichara. That is an object, that sound. To the ears it comes. The ears are distinct from that object. Sounds are many, the ears are the same. Sounds keep changing, notice. The ears are unchanging. Then you go from the ears to the mind. Then you go from the mind to the witness consciousness. Tadvritti sakshinam vidyat. Know yourself. As you shine, everything else is happening. The mind is active, senses are active, body is active. Just like the king sitting in the court, you sit there as awareness and everything goes on. Good. Then we will carry on the pounding in the next session. Let's do some Q&A now. It is 11:15.
Yes, we have 25 minutes. I will start the first question today. Maharaj, you just said about the when we close our eyes, the light illuminating everything. I am the light illuminating everything, shining everything. I'm trying to get a simile in the dream state. When we dream, there is something that I'm seeing, and we all know to see something, I need light. I cannot see anything in darkness. So in the dream state, there is no physical light, but I am seeing things. So is there a light there? And if
Yes.
so, is that the light that we are referring to, that I am that light?
Well, yes and no. In the dream state, you see things, but the things themselves are not there. They are imagined by the mind. The space in which you see them, that space is also not there. That's imagined by the mind. The physical body by which you seem to be seeing those things and the eyes by which you seem to be seeing things in the dream, that's also not there. That's imagined by the mind. Similarly, the mind itself is the light in the dream state. However, is it that light which I am? Not necessarily, because that light also goes out in deep sleep. But you, the light, persist in deep sleep, because even deep sleep is experienced by you. In Aparoksha Anubhuti, the difference between Atma Jyoti and this physical Jyoti, light, physical light, and you, light of consciousness, is interestingly pointed out. The physical light cannot illumine darkness. Think about it this way. This physical light, light which we have, the first thing that happens when the sun rises is the darkness of night goes away. First thing that happens when you shine a flashlight in a dark room, the darkness goes away. So light cannot illumine darkness. Light drives away darkness. But consciousness is the light which can illumine darkness. You are aware of darkness because of consciousness. So consciousness is not a physical light. Right now you are aware. You are aware of the bright day. At night you will be aware of the dark night. You can't see anything, but you are aware. You are clearly there. You are aware. So consciousness reveals darkness also. Anyway, yes.
Salutations to you, Swamiji. Pranams. Firstly, I would like to thank Anirban sir and everyone. And my question is actually my mom's question. I'm just echoing it. So she would like to know that in our quest towards Atmodha, is there a mention of Sattvic Ahara sadhak or devotee should pursue? Like we often hear that Jaisa an vaisa man. How could we achieve Sri Thakur's direction through this Yogakshemam Vahamyaham so that we can mention an unshakable discipline and devotion to pursue this?
Yes, Sattvic Ahara is mentioned in the Gita and in the Chandogya Upanishad also. What that ahara means is not just physical food, but more importantly the food that we take in through all our senses. What we are seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, the more careful you are about that, the less polluted the mind is. Yeah. Physical food is also important, but don't give overwhelming importance to whether I take French fries or potato chips or what. That is not central. Yeah. Yes.
Namaste Maharaj, I'm Sanket. So in the exercise that we did, it seems that the witness is illuminating my mind.
Yes.
But why do you say that it is also illuminating it? That it is everything that we see around us. How is it the object? How is the object in the mind the same?
Okay, two things. The witness is illumining the mind. This is understood. Not difficult to understand. Now through the mind it illumines the senses, right? And through the senses and the mind it illumines everything that we experience. Okay, so this is understood. The witness illumines everything. Is this understood? Carry out an exercise. Notice, without the witness, nothing would be experienced. So, for example, you're looking at me. I'm asking you, can you see me?
Yes.
Are you there? Do you exist? Yes. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Now let me ask you a question. Can you see me? But are you there? Yes. Without seeing, you are there. Right? Now suppose, keep the eyes closed. Suppose the ears were closed and I could not, like a sensory deprivation tank, I cannot see, hear, smell, taste, touch. Without any of the senses, would I still be there? Will you be there? Yes, you can't see, you can't hear, smell, taste, touch, and you're absolutely still, you cannot do any action, but you exist. Now suppose memory fails, you don't remember anything. What happened, your own name, everything is gone, no memory is available. Are you still there? Yes, you can't remember anything, but you're still there. Suppose there is no particular feeling, neutral feeling, not pleasant, not unpleasant. Are you still there? Yes, you're feeling neutral, but I'm still there. Suppose I calm the mind. No thoughts, no thoughts. Blank mind, quiet mind. Am I still there? Are you still there? If the thinking is also not there, I am still there. So without seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting the world, without sensing the body, I am here. Without thinking, I am here. Without remembering anything, I am here. Now that I, which is here, supposing, it's not possible, but supposing that were gone, then would it be possible to think, hear, smell, taste, touch, remember? What do you think? No. Gently open your eyes. What does this prove, this experiment? It proves that you exist without the functions of the senses and the mind. But if that witness consciousness, if that did not exist, there would be no experience at all of anything.
What about Sushupti?
Sushupti is also an experience. Imagine what we just did. If you could actually do it, what we just did is a thought experiment. You actually did not shut down senses, you did not shut down the mind or the intellect. You're just imagining a scenario. But if it actually happens, and that's Sushupti, you would still exist as the witness of the Sushupti. Now you say that doesn't feel right. That's because, see, it's the same problem with Hume. We are, and the same problem with the 10th man. We are entirely accustomed to our knowledge of objects. It could be physical objects out there. It could be things that we see or hear or smell or taste or touch. Or it could be mental objects, thoughts, ideas, memories. That's all we know. And when everything is taken away, Sushupti, we feel, I don't know, I'm not there, nothing is there. And I feel I am not there. But you only feel that. The more you study Vedanta, the more you think about it, you will know that you are there. It's just the mental, intellectual faculties which have been shut down. The sense of ego working. I am seeing the world through my eyes. That has been shut down completely. Neither the world is available, nor the eyes are working, nor the ego is there. The ego is gone, but are you gone? You are not the ego. So in Sushupti also you are there. That's what Advaita Vedanta wants to say.
When human dies, then there is
One by one, please go. Yes, that question. Please go. All right.
Swami, my name is Jill. I'm from Calgary. I just want clarification, if it's possible. What we just did, it appears that we're the witness, but we're not the ultimate witness. I mean, what we did was part of the mind observing another part of the mind. Correct?
You think so? Because it was a thought experiment. We are using the mind to understand a concept. However, the witness consciousness itself and the reflected consciousness are not separate. It's like sunlight and moonlight. At night, everything on earth is known by moonlight. That's true. And sunlight is nowhere to be seen. But the moonlight itself is the sunlight. So when I say I know everything by my reflected consciousness, by this reflected consciousness right now, and I've been told this is not the real consciousness, but this is not separate from the real consciousness. The real consciousness which you are is always there. It's not that I have to now search for some kind of real consciousness. You are that. It's like I am totally focused on the mirror, and in the mirror I see my face and I think I am that. I have totally forgotten this. But that doesn't mean this is not there. This is there. The proof of that this being there is that I can see my face in the mirror. My face is reflected in the mirror and I can also see the whole thing, meaning that this is there, though I don't see it directly. It is, the other part of your question is, isn't it just the mind observing the mind? Right? It's not. Because if it's the mind observing the mind, that mind which is observing the mind, how is that known? You would require another thought in the mind to observe that. Then how is that known? You would require another thought, and then this is called regressus ad infinitum, anavastha dosha. Not only that, the question would be, how is sushupti known, deep sleep known? Then it cannot be the mind. Mind is shut down in deep sleep. Another thought, the gap between two thoughts, how is that known? Thinking is not continuous. Thinking is discrete. There's a series of thoughts. If it was not discrete, then it would be one continuous, unbroken, thought or something. But there are various thoughts. Clearly we see thoughts are emerging and disappearing. Thoughts, perceptions, ideas, memories, emerging and disappearing. If they are emerging and disappearing, there must be gaps. How are gaps known then? It can't be another thought, because there is no thought there. So these are various questions which are raised. So all of it is, the gaps are known by, illumined by the reflected consciousness itself. Deep sleep is illumined by consciousness itself, and so on. Yes.
Ashok Kumar. When all the faculties have died and the human is just, dead, in that situation, where is the consciousness and where is the mind?
Right. When all faculties are dead, when the human being is just dead, then where is consciousness, where is the mind? Let us go carefully with this. This is an important question, and this comes from the materialist, the Charvaka. What is the assumption there? The assumption is, what is this mind and consciousness? It's all something going on in the brain. One day the brain will die because the body will die. Therefore all your consciousness, mind, everything will disappear. This is the thinking. This is the materialist, it's called materialist reductionism. That brain is generating mind and consciousness. Basically what we all are is generated by the brain. It is the activity of matter which is generating the subject. It is object generating subject. This is the idea. This is mainstream understanding in modern science and physiology and all that. Except one thing. It's completely unproven. Many of you are doctors, scientists. I am challenging you right now. You have far better, deeper qualification and experience than me in the medical field, in biological sciences and all that. Show me how the brain generates consciousness and mind. Not even that, let's forget it. If you take a strict physicalist perspective, matter and energy, time and space are the only reality. Forget Atman, consciousness, Sakshi, all of that. Mind everybody has, we all feel mind. Where is the place of mind in science? I wonder if you understand the question. If you're scientifically trained, you will immediately understand the question. It's an atrocity, it's a standing scandal. Mind which is common to everybody, mind which does science itself. Science has no place for mind. Science has no place for mind. If mind and consciousness were not there, a scientist would be happy. Of course, you need mind to be happy. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by that? What the scientist will tell you is, of course we have place for mind. Mind is something generated by the brain. Show me how. Show me, actually through scientific instruments, the generation of mind through the brain. All you can show is minute electrical activity in the brain. That's all. Where are thoughts? Where is the color red? Where is you seeing a bottle or this yellow flower? Where is that? Can you show me in the brain yellow flower? No. You can show a little bit of electrical activity. The subject, you, the person, where are you in that body and the brain? Where? No, answer me. It's a standing scandal. The first thing that we experience about ourselves is ourselves. And science has no answer to that question, what we are. No answer at all. Not only it has no answer, it cannot give an answer. Please Google it, hard problem of consciousness. This is the most important scientific question in the world today. In the world. I am not saying it, this is now acknowledged. At least in consciousness studies, it's the most important question. And maybe the most important question in all of science today. Hard problem of consciousness, Google it. David Chalmers coined that term, but the concept itself was understood before that. That you cannot show the generation of consciousness, mind. You need not distinguish Sakshi, Atma and all that. Just mind itself. From the simple thought, ABCD. Show me where is that ABCD in the mind. So no, neuroscientists can show, you think ABCD, because they will show this electrical activity is happening in the brain. Yes, electrical activity is happening in the brain. I am not experiencing electric shocks, I am experiencing a thought ABCD. How? Where is the connection? This is called hard problem of consciousness. 25 years ago, one philosopher and one neuroscientist, Christoph Koch, who is a leading neuroscientist. He was the chief neuroscientist for the Paul Allen Brain Institute. And David Chalmers, who coined the term hard problem of consciousness. They had a debate and a challenge, a bet, 25 years ago. The bet was, the way neuroscience is proceeding, and this was in 1998 or something. Neuroscience is proceeding. Within 25 years, we will see clear progress, clear breakthrough. We will show how the brain generates consciousness and mind. This is the claim, the bet. And David Chalmers said, you cannot. You cannot show that. And David Chalmers said that. That is the bet. One side says you can, the other side says you cannot. And they had forgotten about it until someone reminded. 25 years is over. So if you Google it, it came out in all top American science journals. So what do you say? Has neuroscience proved how consciousness is generated? And jury, everybody agrees, no. No progress at all. No progress at all in last 25 years. And so I think Christoph Koch came to David Chalmers and publicly and gave him one crate of champagne or something. He showing that I've lost the bet. And then he said, no, I still believe that maybe give me 25 years more, then we will do. And he said, I believe I will not live more than that. So by that time we should be able to demonstrate how consciousness is generated by the brain. Why is it not possible? It's difficult to understand from a scientific perspective why it is not possible. It's an observable phenomenon. Thoughts are observable phenomenon. Why can't you demonstrate how this is coming? Vedanta can show you why it is not possible. Because consciousness itself is not an object. See, a scientist and a philosopher, Massimo, once told me, here's a classic argument. He said, look, things which were considered mysteries earlier have now been perfectly well explained by science. 100 years ago it was thought by everybody, most people, life is a mystery, science cannot explain life. But today we understand the processes you call life. We understand it down to a molecular level. That's good enough. So we have understood what life is scientifically. Every neuroscientist admits we cannot explain consciousness. It is true, he told me. It is true we cannot understand consciousness. But give us 50 years and we will be able to explain consciousness satisfactorily with a neurological explanation from brain science. This is called promissory materialism. Promissory materialism. I can't explain, but I promise I will explain. 25 years later. 25 years later it did not explain one crate of champagne. Then 25 years later, what will be there? Hangover. I cannot explain. But, so he said that we will be able to explain. Now Vedanta, I told him that also, I gave the answer, but this is the answer. Why am I saying you cannot explain? Vedanta will make it very clear. What is explanation? A breakdown, analysis, explanation of a higher level objective phenomenon through some more fundamental objective phenomena. You explained life, which is a high level objective phenomenon. You can study it objectively. You explained it in terms of more fundamental objective phenomena, molecular action, chemicals. You explained it. But consciousness, according to Vedanta, is not an objective phenomena. Therefore, to say that I can explain something that is not an object through more fundamental objective phenomena, it's what is called a category mistake. You're making a jump. That jump is wrong. You cannot explain it. Therefore, the answer to your question is, when death happens, then what happens to mind and consciousness? Now the answer will be clear. Death happens to what? The body. Every doctor, biologist will agree, what dies? Body dies. Now, if you have not demonstrated the connection between body, brain and consciousness, what right do you have to say when the body dies, consciousness also dies? If you have demonstrated that brain is producing consciousness, in that case, you are right. Now, brain is clearly implicated in mind and consciousness. There is some deep connection between the activity of the brain and mind and consciousness. That much we should say. There is correlation. Correlation does not imply causation. Yeah, let's leave it there.
Last question, Maharaj.
Swamiji, namaste. My name is Srinivasan. Swamiji, my question is, you spoke about a heart problem. It is definitely a heart problem. To assimilate this knowledge in our life, my question is, what role does a guru's grace play in all of this? And as an example, Shankaracharya had Shankaracharya, who we've learned it was not as bright as the other students, and Shankaracharya gave him the knowledge through his grace, and he became...
No, he was fully illumined even before he met Shankaracharya. He did not depend at all on Shankaracharya's grace.
Sorry, my question was how much of...
I might be little sacrilegious and say that he gave his grace to Shankaracharya. Out of his grace he said, okay, I'll become your disciple and do your work. But he was fully enlightened.
Swami, my question is, how much of this assimilation, this absorption of knowledge is our effort, and how much is a guru's grace?
The grace of the Guru is always there. Grace of Ishvara, grace of Guru, which is manifested through the teachings of the texts. The most important thing is the grace of our own mind. Sri Ramakrishna says, Guru, Ishvara, Vaishnava, all three have given their grace to you. Now without the grace of the one, the jiva is brought to ruin. The jiva is ruined. What is the grace of the one? The grace of our mind. Our mind must be gracious to us. So grace of God is there. Grace of Guru is there. What is the grace of the Guru? This teaching. What is the grace of God? He's given us this body, given us this world, given us opportunities for spiritual advancement, and given us this entire body of Vedanta. Who is the revealer of Vedanta? Vedanta Krit. In Gita, Krishna says, I am the giver of Vedanta. Literally this word is used, Vedanta Krit. Veda Vidoham. Alright. So the grace of mind is necessary. Grace of Guru is always there. Not for everybody, but that's why we are lucky that we have an interest in Vedanta, that we have all these texts are available and opportunity is also there, and our mind has been graceful enough to agree to come to the retreat and sit quietly and listen. That is also shows that the mind is the mind is in tune with our spiritual seeking. In Advaita Vedanta, Avadhuta Gita, one of the most radical texts of Advaita Vedanta, the very first verse, very interesting, it says, Ishvara anugraha deva pumsam advaita vasana. By this it's a special grace of Ishvara, of God, if you like Advaita Vedanta. This liking for non-duality, that I like this teaching, this is an amazing thing, or Americans would say, this is really cool. I like this. This shows the special grace of God is on you. If you have desire for God realization, the grace of God. If you have devotion to God, grace of God. If you want to make your life a little better, grace of God. But special grace of God, Advaita Vasana, a liking for Advaita. Throughout Avadhuta will not mention God anymore, but at the beginning he mentions. It's because of God that we are getting this opportunity.
One last question.
Pranam Swamiji. My name is Raghu. I just want to ask about an example. I want to paint a picture for tomorrow, Monday morning. I wake up in the morning, my mind wakes up. I go to make a coffee. My wife says there's no coffee because you are away on the weekend. You didn't tell me. So I go to the corner shop, get some coffee. Have some coffee and I'm running late to work. I'm on my way to work. The cop pulls over because I've been speeding. He gives me a fine. I start to feel bad. But immediately, because I'm fresh from Atma Bodha, I realize it's all happening in consciousness. My mind is feeling bad and I'm physically running late. So I shouldn't feel bad about it. If something has happened in consciousness, I go to work. One of my colleagues says, "Oh, you're running late, let's have some coffee." I made some coffee for you. So I said, "Okay, good, I feel good because I'm having some coffee somebody has made for me." Immediately I realize it's happening in consciousness. Only my mind is feeling happy. So my question is, what next? What do I do further after this, after living a life like this?
Yes. What next? What next? Do we have coffee outside? So Raghu needs coffee now. What's next is wonderful. You are set free. They say Pinjara Deva Keshari, like a lion bursting forth from a bamboo cage. Raghu is set free from the bamboo cage of body, mind, senses, of the life of the Jiva called Raghu. You are the Atman. You become free of Raghu. Raghu will never become free. It's a personality. But you become free. You realize you always were free of that. It's a wonderful life. Also, technically, a precise question. Who asked that question? To whom did that, to where did that question come? What next? Who is waiting? Mind is waiting. Is the Atman waiting for what next? No. What next will come? No matter. It's all joy for the Atman. Like I said, that sadhu, what do you do all life? You're enlightened. What do you do all day long? Nothing. I get up in the morning, the chappal is walking out, I jump on the chappal and let's see where it takes me. Whole day is fun. Maybe you're very busy working and ups and downs are coming. All of it is fun. And then since you have no projects of your own anymore, wherever you're placed by your past karma, you will be the most helpful, joyful, like a blessing to people around you. That is called Jivan Mukta's life. What next? Jivan Mukti. Good. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu.